You know, Resident Evil as a franchise has had more identity crises than a Tumblr user in 2014. We started with fixed camera angles and tank controls that made every turn feel like wrestling a shopping trolley uphill during a storm. Then we got Code Veronica, pretending it was Shakespeare before Resident Evil 4 revolutionized third-person shooters and everyone copied it. Of course, Capcom couldn't leave well enough alone, so they had to Michael Bay the series with Resident Evil 5 and 6, where the only thing scary was Chris Redfield's steroid addiction. And just when you thought it couldn't shift again, they go full PT style with Resident Evil 7 and Village, because why not? Next up, isometric kart racer with Ada Wong, probably. Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Damon, and today we're crawling back through the blood-stained hallways of survival horror with the trailer drop of Resident Evil Requiem. And folks, I have questions, comments, and an eyebrow so raised it's about to leave orbit. So here we are again. Resident Evil Requiem just got its moment in the rotting sun during Summer Game Fest, and Capcom wants you to know this is a return to form. Which one? We've had so many forms now, it's like a horror-themed Pokemon evolution chart. According to Capcom, this time it's all about going back to Raccoon City, back to the origins, back to what made Resident Evil terrifying in the first place. And no, that doesn't mean another damn remake. It means a brand new chapter, and it's got psychological horror, high-fidelity sweat droplets, because we apparently needed that, and of course, a new Ashcroft. Grace, FBI agent, trauma magnet, and protagonist in what may or may not be the series' next major soft reboot. Now, don't get me wrong, I live for this stuff. Give me locked doors, haunted corridors, creepy journal entries, and enemies that sound like your gran choking on soup. I'm there. But my biggest issue with Requiem so far, it's probably first person again. Look, I tolerated it in 7 because it was bold and stripped things back. I gritted my teeth through Village while Ethan fought werewolves and punched boulders with his bare hands. But enough is enough. This franchise shines in third person. That over-the-shoulder camera is iconic. It lets you be scared with the character, not as them, which is something a lot of people forget. First person can be immersive, sure, but in Resident Evil it often turns into a shooting gallery with occasional haunted house moments. It's all tension and no tact. And let's not ignore the gameplay trend. Return to survival horror means what exactly? Scarce resources again? Inventory Tetris? Save ribbons? Or is it just another marketing ploy to butter up the fans while the game itself becomes another rail shooter disguised as a narrative epic with loot crates and 3 variations of the same handgun? Then there's the character, Grace Ashcroft. She's new blood and related to Alyssa from Resident Evil Outbreak. A nice touch for longtime fans, though let's be honest, 90% of the audience probably had to Google that connection. Her story seems dark enough. Murder, memory, trauma. All the usual Resident Evil boxes ticked. But the Chosen One talk sets off a red flag. Don't do this, Capcom. Don't turn Resident Evil into some messianic chosen child nonsense like you did with Evelyn and Ethan. Zombies don't need prophecy. They need bullets. Still, I'm cautiously optimistic. The imagery looks promising, there's definite RE1 and Outbreak DNA baked in, and if they can bring back actual horror without turning it into Resident Evil gun show, we might finally be back on track. That said, if I see one more boss that's just a giant blob with eyeballs, I might take a leaf out of the Umbrella playbook and nuke the whole thing from orbit. So, for now, Resident Evil Requiem is on my radar, but I'll believe it's a return to form when I see a typewriter, a limited inventory, and a hallway full of genuine dread, not exposition dumps and particle effects. Capcom, you've got a chance here. Don't mess it up. Whether you're a fan from the Mansion days or a recent convert who thinks Village was the peak, let's just agree on one thing. Resident Evil is at its best when it's terrifying, grounded and atmospheric, not when it's a Fast and Furious knockoff with zombies, no matter how much I actually like 5 and 6, let's face it, if they didn't carry the RE name. No one would have had a problem hit me up when we're storming Raccoon City again with nothing but a pistol and a prayer. Thanks for dropping by the Snake Pit, where we thrive on untapped potential and lost opportunities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, like the video, and leave your opinions in the comments, where, naturally, I won't read them. Until next time, stay venomous.